And welcome back to Electric Bike Mark. On this video I'm going to be riding the Apus F3 Max. It's a folding e-bike. As you see it right there, 20-inch fat tire, 750 watt motor. And what I want to talk about, this bike is a class 2 and class 3. And what I want to talk about in this video is class 3. So class 3 bikes are banned in some places, like shared multi-use paths or trails. And sometimes I'm curious as to why this would be class 3, but class 2 in some cases are allowed, or sometimes it's only class 1 that's allowed. But I call it the class 3 e-bike law. Refers to the fact that most budget-friendly 28-mile-per-hour e-bikes cannot practically maintain their advanced or advertised top speed under true human pedaling. While manufacturers legally stamp these models as class 3 vehicles, the actual mechanical engineering and electrical components often make hitting 28 miles per hour an exhausting or functionally impossible task without tricking the bike. The primary reasons that most 28-mile-per-hour bike pedal assist is fake includes ghost pedaling and poor gearing. Under geared drivetrains, cheap class 3 e-bikes often use standard 7-speed drivetrains meant for traditional 15-mile-per-hour cruising. The spinning out effect. Once you hit 22 to 24 miles per hour, the physical gear ratio becomes too low. Your legs must spin at an impossibly high, frantic cadence just to keep up with the wheel speed. Ghost pedaling, because human legs cannot pedal effectively at the same effective speed with poor gearing. Riders resort to spinning the pedals with zero tension simply to trick the cadence sensor into keeping the motor engaged. Wind resistance limits. Air resistance increases exponentially with speed. Going 28 miles per hour requires roughly double the power output of going 20 miles per hour. Weak motor pairings. Many brands unlock class 2 bikes via software to a class 3 limit, but pair them with a standard 48-volt hub motor that lacks the peak electrical wattage or torque to fight wind drag at up to 28 miles per hour. Controller programming restrictions. Illegal throttles. True class 3 regulations require the motor assist to drop to 20 miles per hour maximum if using a throttle alone. Early power tapers. To protect the battery from overheating and draining instantly, many budget controllers begin tapering off the motor's power drastically, starting at 24 or 25 miles per hour, making those final 3 miles per hour nearly impossible to reach on flat ground without massive rider effort. So let's hop on and talk a little bit more about this. So there's a couple of things going on here. One is not allowing class 3 for sure, bikes on trails, in some cases class 2, but class 1 is fine, right? Well, honestly, I don't really see a whole lot of difference between a class 2 e-bike and a class 3 e-bike. And I'm going to tell you why. And right now I can tell you that I have unlocked the Apus F3 Max on this bike, so it'll allow the bike to go 28 miles per hour, because when you buy the bike, it is locked at 20 miles per hour, class 2, but it does advertise that it can be unlocked to class 3, so I did. So I'm gonna just throttle for a second here and see what we get here. This is pedal assist level 5. I'm not pedaling at the moment, I just want to check the speed. I'm not sure if this thing is off a little bit, it probably is. So we're topping out here right at 30 miles per hour. And that's it. It seemed to cut off right there at 30 miles per hour. And basically that's class 3. That was with throttle. So really, that would not be legal because a class 3 bike cannot be it cannot be throttled to that speed, although this bike does have it. So if you are looking for a bike that's fast, like can go class 3 speeds with throttle assist, then this might be the bike for you. I do have a link in the descriptions if you want to check it out, or if you want to purchase it. There is a discount code as well. So, but let's get back to that assist. Now I'm going to show you here, I'll wait till I turn up here and I'm going to show you what it's like to go try to maintain 28 miles per hour on a bike with pedal assist. I always go to where the sweet spot is for the bike for pedaling, and oftentimes it's between 15 and 20 miles an hour. And what I'm saying about sweet spot for me, that's where I'm not ghost pedaling. I'm pedaling comfortably without pedaling like a madman or anything. And okay, so let's get over to here, and then I'm going to crank it up to the highest pedal assist level, which is 5, and I'm going to pedal, and you're going to see that I got to pedal out of control here. You can see the speed there, and I got to pedal really fast, and there's no way that you can maintain that speed. Absolutely no way. You'd be completely exhausted. Even though it's not hard to pedal it because it's cadence sensor, you can't even keep up with the assist level. So I'm at 5, so I got to crank it down to 3 is about, on most bikes, is where I can go. If it's a torque sensor, you can go to 4, but I have yet to have or find a bike, and you can let me know in the comments if you have a bike that can do this, that you can comfortably pedal 28 miles per hour. I don't mean bikes that can go beyond 28 miles per hour. I mean bikes that are true class 3, throttle to 20 and pedal assist to 28. But do you have a bike that can actually pedal to 28 without pedaling like a madman, you know, like pedaling comfortably? Because I haven't had a bike yet like that is actually, even with torque sensors, I haven't found anything that's absolutely, you can go at a nice pace and hit that 28 miles per hour and just stay right there. So if you did want to go the class 3 speed, you could do it. That's why I think that the whole class thing is bogus to me. They should get rid of it. But I don't want to do like New Jersey's done and eliminate e-bikes altogether, basically, except for class 1 with no throttle. But I want to swap out the class levels for speed limits. And I want to throw away the throttle versus no throttle business and just make it a straight speed limit. Now, this is what I would choose to have, but doesn't mean it's going to happen. It isn't going to happen. I don't have those kind of powers. But I think, you know, if you want to keep the 28, I would round it off to 30 just to make it a nice, simple number that everybody knows. Top speed 30 miles per hour. And when I say top speed 30 miles per hour, I don't mean you can ride on trails and stuff 30 miles per hour. I mean, it depends on where you're riding. But if you're on a road that allows speeds of 30 miles per hour, then, or more, then you should be able to go 30 miles per hour on your bike, and I don't think it really matters if you want to throttle it or pedal it. to me, and I've said this time and time again, whatever the speed is, whether it's 15, 20, 25, 30, like 25 or 20 is 20 or 25, whether you're pedaling or throttling, there's no difference. So why they think it's safer if you're doing one than the other is beyond me. I don't know what the difference is. You know, I would almost beg to argue that pedaling is worse at higher speeds because you're doing two things at once. You're pedaling and concentrating on what you're doing. And I think that, actually, I think the throttle is actually more control. You have more control with your bike with throttle than you do with pedaling. That's just my 2 cents. But I don't think they're going to get rid of the class levels, but I've said this before if you've watched my videos in the past, that I think, I have no inside information on this, but just based on how things have been going, I think we're going to see an end to throttles someday here. Before long, I think they're just going to say, okay, it's going to be basically a class 1 e-bike, and that's it. And they're going to eliminate altogether the throttle. That's what I can see it coming to, you know, that's where I think it's going. And we'll see. But that's just the way it seems to be trending, in my opinion. So they're going to knock it down to 20 miles per hour and then class 1. Anything else, like if you want to throttle and want to go faster, I think they're going to do like New Jersey's doing and basically say that you're riding a motorized vehicle. I can tell you, personally, I have never ridden a class 1 e-bike. I've ridden traditional bikes, lots of them, but I have never ridden a class 1 e-bike, which is a class 1, if you didn't know, is a e-bike that has no throttle. It's pedal assist only, up to 20 miles per hour. Now the difference between class 1 and class 2 is basically the same. They're the same speed, and the difference is class 2 has a throttle as well. So you can either throttle or pedal to 20. I'm pedaling right now a nice comfortable 15.6. See, that's the sweet spot on this bike. Every bike has a little bit of difference, but I find it's that 15 to 20 miles per hour sweet spot that bikes have without ghost pedaling. A nice comfortable pedal. I'm in the highest gear, 7. I'm in pedal assist 3. If I go to pedal assist 4, I'm sure I'm going to ghost pedal. So that's why I'm keeping it where I have it now. I personally am not a fan of ghost pedaling. I mean, if I'm going to ghost pedal, I may as well just throttle. Because that's what you're doing. By moving the pedals, you're turning on the cadence sensor. And it's going to go to whatever speed your pedal assist level is at. So that's what you're triggering, the cadence sensor. Lots of cars. I'm going to go halfway out here. But let me know your thoughts on this. Yeah, I really think 20 miles per hour and pedaling like a madman to get a little bit above 20 miles per hour. You know, is to me basically the same thing. like I say, I'd like to really abolish the class levels altogether. Leave the throttle on, and I don't care. You can keep it 28, but I just thought 30 would be a nice round number. But just keep it at 28 miles per hour. And hey, if you don't like to drive or ride your bike that fast, like in most cases for me, I don't need to go that fast. But I can understand the folks that do want to go faster. You know, maybe you ride on roads that have no bike lanes like I'm on right now. Look at the speed limit, it's 35, and I'm going 15. And I'm turning right here. But yeah, in my world, it would be 28 miles per hour, or 30. I would prefer 30. And it would be 30 miles per hour, and it would be no class levels. We remove those. And just have the bike shut off at that speed. And if you alter the bike and start messing with it, and altering it to speeds beyond that, then shame on you. You should be penalized for what you've done, because that would make it illegal. But just keep it at, I like the 28 or 30 miles an hour. Like I say, throttle or pedal assist, whichever you prefer. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on that. Do you agree with that? Would you be fine with it? Like I say, I don't even use those kind of speeds very often, especially around where I'm riding right now, just in the neighborhoods. First of all, the top speed in these neighborhoods is 20 to 25 miles per hour. Some are 20 and some are 25. And so you can't even go 28 or 30 anyways. Like this bike here, as I mentioned earlier, can go 30. This might be off. I don't know, it might be closer to 28, I think, because I think this is a little high. I didn't put my GPS up here to see exactly, but they would deem this bike in unlocked position like I have it now illegal, because it can go beyond 20 miles per hour with throttle. And yeah, I'm not a fan of that. It's a head scratcher to me, basically. I just can never figure out why they deem one different than the other. I know they're trying to make you pedal it, but what if you do both? What if you pedal some and you throttle some, and you want to go 28? Both, throttling and pedaling. I'm gonna get by this after this car. It's really warm out here already. It's like 9:30 in the morning and we're already 90 degrees or above. I don't know, the humidex, or feels like temperature, is way up there. We got a day coming up here that's going to be, the forecast is 101, the feels like it's going to be 115. So I'll either go out early on that day and ride not too far, or I'll just skip that day and stay in the AC. So we're at a real steady 15.6 miles an hour. I mean, see, this is the exact perfect speed that you can maximum ride on any trail. It's either 15, 12, or 10. I've seen all three speeds before, but if you don't see a posted sign, chances are then it's going to be the 15 miles per hour. And but there are times that it's less, especially if it's in a busier area. They'll knock it down. Traditional cyclists ahead using their leg power. And yeah, they're probably thinking this guy behind us is cheating, but I don't care. Whatever works for you, go for it. That's the way I look at it. I don't think of it the way they do, where, and I don't really care like if they think it's cheating. You do yours and I'll do mine kind of thing, you know? I don't like when people are judging other people like that. You're not bothering anyone, you know, you're just doing your thing. And I happen to personally love e-bikes. I think they're the greatest thing. And they are getting a lot more people out on roads and trails and all that good stuff. A lot more than there would ever be without them. I wish they could be embraced better than they have been, because there's so much potential with e-bikes, I think, that we haven't even scratched the surface to what you can do. The biggest issue with e-bikes, I would say, is the weather. Like basically for replacing your car, you can't always do it because where you live is probably, you know, it's not sunny and 75 degrees all the time, you know. We have seasons. And so we have to ride accordingly. And everyone's different, again, just like the pedal assist and all that. Some can tolerate conditions different than others. I've ridden in basically every condition you can think of. The only one I haven't ridden in, I may have got caught in one, but I haven't purposely gone out to ride in this, is like any kind of storm, like a thunderstorm. I have got caught before a little bit, but it wasn't like me going out during a thunderstorm to ride. I won't do that. And in the winter, I've ridden in snow and ice and all that, but freezing rain is the worst. Unless, again, I'm caught in it, or, you know, it wasn't a case of me going out and then during a freezing rainstorm, but sometimes, you know, Mother Nature does her thing without warning. But other than that, or any like tornadoes, obviously you're not going to go out in tornadoes or hurricanes or earthquakes or anything like that. So, but I've went out pretty much in every condition. I've been in extremely hot weather before. Like I rode one time in Oregon. We had a daytime high temperature, the hottest I've ever been in was 117 degrees. It was like a hot streak we had. And a few years ago, but I was not out very long in it. I don't know if I recorded a video or not that day, I can't remember. But yeah, that was rather warm. That was not warm, it was hot, let's face it. That's hot. And that was a straight up temperature. All right, that's gonna do it for this video today on Electric Bike Mark. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you would like to subscribe to the channel, thank you very much. Just hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And if you want to leave a comment on this or any other videos that you've seen on the channel, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video, and until next time, be safe everyone, and keep your wheels on the road. See you later.